Hey, Dr. Timothy Lawler here on the second video in my 7-day video bootcamp series on how to generate leads. And just as another quick precluder to the rest of these are not very short, but relatively short. I have them that way for a reason, so that you can get through them, learn some nuggets, and then go ahead and implement them right away. So if you think that these things aren't packed with content, please let me know, but hopefully they are, and you're able to use them with action. So moving on. So we kind of gave you the overview last time, and now I want to start moving into each technique. And the first one that I want to talk about for generating leads is purchasing leads. And the good thing about these things is that they do still work. It is a numbers game with leads, though. It definitely depends on the source of it. That's why I say not necessarily the best quality. If you're using like a generic lead vendor, you're going to have to work the numbers. You will get some good quality people, but you're also going to get a lot of tire kickers as well. However, again, it does depend on the source. But relatively speaking, if you're going to purchase leads, you're not necessarily going to get high quality of people. You can, but not necessarily. You're going to have to work the numbers. But again, they do still work. So this is why I personally love them. You can start using them and start getting traffic from day one. I mean, you're buying it, so hopefully you better darn start getting some leads. And you can start working those leads, okay? And when you're working these leads, they teach you so much. For one, the biggest thing you have to do, no matter who you talk to on the phone as a prospect, is how to handle objections. And there's a lot of ways to do that. I'm not going to go into how to handle objections. The next is posture. And this was the single biggest changing event in my business. I want to talk about posture real fast. Why was it the single biggest changing event in my business? Well, I didn't have it, for one, when I was doing this for the first 2 years of my life. I was actually relatively scared. I did not have any confidence on the phone whatsoever. And then I listened to Mike Dillard's Black Belt Recruiting from the Magnetic Sponsoring team and product line, and it absolutely changed my life. And it gave me an idea. Basically, posture starts with mindset, saying, hey, this is my business. In fact, I mean, you always hear that, but posture really gets you thinking in that, hey, this is my business, and nobody's going to tell me how to do it. I'm going to tell myself how to do it, and I'm going to run it how I want to run it. So with that said, the big thing about posture is how you handle some objections. Like, for instance, as again I said in a few other webinars, and I'll say it again here from Ted Falcone, people always ask, is this a pyramid scheme? And I always say it like that, as he does, because he talks about people never ever say that, is this a pyramid scheme? They always say, is this a pyramid scheme? Always say it all weird and distorted, and it's kind of funny. Or they'll also say, well, what is this about? Well, a great objection, a way to overcome that objection, is to basically say, hey, John, you know what this is all about? This is about me seeing if you're qualified for me and my team. Now, that's the nice way of saying it, a more direct and forceful way. It could be, John, this is about seeing if you're worth my time, okay? It can even go more direct and forceful than that, but I think you get the idea. Please use this. And when I heard this completely changed the way that I prospected, and it completely changed the way that I started getting basically prospects to attract towards me. I think, so at a subconscious level, they're looking for leaders, and this type of tone and this type of posture that you put out there shows that you're a leader. It's not being rude. It's not being a jerk. It's just showing that, hey, you know how to handle these objections, and you can go forward from there. So those are kind of my take on leads. I think that you should buy them, and that you can get a lot of good stuff from them. Again, overview of this webinar, the webinar series is we're talking about both paid and free ways. Obviously, this is a paid way to generate leads, and we just covered about buying leads. In the next video, we'll talk about search engine optimization, again, which could have those whole courses on. I'm just trying to give you action steps on how to do it. And social media would be the next video after that, and then a few other ways on the advertisements that includes pay-per-click and some other pay-per-view and whatnot. That's why I lumped it all in the advertisements. But if you want to talk about specific lead companies, MLMleadspecialist.com is one that I've used in the past with success, and then each of your own companies probably, or even your own team, has a lead generation way within it. For instance, my company has a whole lead generation that can buy from my company. So check in with your company and see if they actually produce leads for you, or you could use something like MLM Lead Specialist. It actually has done some good results for me. So again, if you're trying to get a hold of me, please feel free to email me at timothy.m.lawler@gmail.com, or you can visit my site, sparkingsuccess.com, and opt in, and I'll give you a call back within 24 to 48 hours. So hope all is going well. Hope you got some good content from this, and take care. Go ahead and go on to video 3.